Good morning, all you metalheads out there. Martin the Metalhead here. Hope you're going well. Coming to you from Aktau in Kazakhstan on the Caspian Sea. Yes, Kazakhstan, my 58th nation back in 2017, and what a joy it is to be back here. Yes, 6 long years between visits. It's quite usual for me to spend 5 long years away from the country, but being Central Asia and its logistics, it's taken me 6 years. Today, we're going to have a look around Aktau, as I've only got a few days left here before I go on to Baku. Now, many years ago, my friends in Australia, they did the Mongol Rally, which is what you do is you fly to London, you buy a cheap car, and you drive it to Mongolia through whatever way possible. You can either go through Russia, but my friends decided to go through the stands. They called the car the Yeah Nah stands. So what they did was they drove from the UK to Turkey, and then up to Azerbaijan, and then they took a ferry across the Caspian Sea to get to Kazakhstan, and then they drove through all the stands, and then into China, and made it to Mongolia in one piece. Despite the fact they had like a broken, a fuel tank thing, and then the other, because they were raising money because their mother had died of a rare cancer. Oh joy. So, I've been to Kazakhstan a couple of times, but only Aktau and Almaty. I still haven't been to Astana, because to get from here to Astana would take at least 3 days by train, I believe, or a couple of hours by flight. English? Yeah, mate, yeah. Welcome. Yeah. People are nice and friendly and all, and very down to earth. So, another interesting thing about Kazakhstan is that when the Soviet Union died, Kazakhstan, the whole country, was made up of the Soviet Union just for 4 days while they waited to obtain independence. So they were the last country to obtain independence from the Soviet Union, which is quite funny because Russia became the successor state of the Soviet Union. Now, there's a couple of different sites around Aktau, yeah. There's War Memorial, there's a mosque, there should be a church somewhere, I believe. There's no synagogues here. I mean, the only synagogue I know of in Kazakhstan is in Astana, and then I believe maybe there's one in Almaty. But I'll get there another day. I found this memorial yesterday, and it's got a famous leader who died like before World War II, I believe. Yeah, 1875 to 1930. And then all these people here listed, they died like before World War II. So it just seems like these people were like resisting the Soviet Union. And as I did learn many years ago, there were people from the Soviet Union who did go to Germany and who fought against the Soviet Union with the help of the Third Reich. And so there were some Kazakhs who did go to Germany, and there were plenty of Kazakhs who died for the Soviet Union. And it's an interesting building they got up there. It's like a dome, and then I've got 2 balls on a stick. Don't know what it is, but it could be a hotel or it just could be a conference center. Don't know if they're raising or lowering it, but it seems like they're lowering the Kazakh flag. But it's 10 o'clock in the morning, I should be putting it up. Okay, this is the Kurmangazi monument. National hero of Kazakhstan. So if you want to know a bit more about this guy, Look it up online. Wikipedia will teach you it all. It's nice to travel to a random country, walk to a park, and then you learn about its heroes that you know nothing about. He's up high on a horse. Assume these monuments would have been up after the fall of the Soviet Union, but that horse looks like the statue is at least 50 years old. This place is recommended by my hostel owner. Told me it's open 24 hours a day, Eastern, Western, Russian food, all good prices. So I feel like I'm gonna have morning tea right now. I just had breakfast about half an hour ago. I've had a bit of an upset stomach in the last day or so, but mainly because I was eating the wrong things on Sunday. Didn't really get much time to eat good stuff. Just got myself morning tea. Green tea. This tastes like mango, and this is like sweetened condensed milk with biscuits layered upon layered. It's delicious. So this is the toilet etiquette in this part of the world, okay? They warn you all not to use it as a squat because it's not a squat toilet. Second of all, toilet paper has to go in the bin. It's just like in Korea. And a lot of countries in Central Asia are like that because excuse me, like the toilet, if the toilet paper goes down the toilet, it blocks it up. Here we have a statue of a famous musician. Let's see if I could work out some of the Cyrillic. K-A-Sh-A-F-A-H, Kashaf, K-Y-P, K-Y-R-Z-I, Mal, Man, Y-L-B-I, well, his name starts with D, D-Y, D-Y-L, D-Y-A, no, yeah. So, he's a famous musician, died in 1929, and he was a folk musician, and I believe his instrument only has about like 3 strings on it, or maybe 2, traditional Central Asian instruments. So, they got Soviet era apartments, and they've prettied them up by painting national heroes. This guy here, he's like from, he died in the 18th century, so wow, oh my god, he nearly lived to 100. So I kind of think maybe he was an artist. K-A-S-B-I-B Kazbiek. He's like, that's Biek. B-I Kazbiek B. And then they got like another person up here. Doesn't say the year he was from. So we're gonna go down to this war memorial right here to commemorate those Kazakhs who died in World War II. When I was in Almaty a couple of years ago, I found a big war memorial there. It commemorates Kazakh soldiers who were fighting in Volgograd, which was then Stalingrad. So we have a war memorial to commemorate those Kazakhs who died in World War II. And it's in the shape of a yurt, which is quite a common thing they have over here. I used to think yurts were like exclusive to Kyrgyzstan. So it's got each year the Soviet Union was involved, and the year of people from Kazakhstan were involved fighting. I mean, first the Nazis did invade the Soviet Union in 1941, so we got 42, 43, 44 and 45. We got like different characters for these pillars. That's a mother with her son. That's it's like a mother holding a shield with her son fighting. They're all about like all women. That's interesting. They're all women wearing headscarves, and they got like shields, which dictate men, you know, dying on the battlefields and fighting. So, and then we have an alternative flame here, which was lit at the end of the war. So I assume this complex must have been built in the 1950s, because all through the Soviet republics they all had war memorials that were built in the 1950s. Why N Cav PAV Pavshin BOR, yeah. Then we go through the marble complex and we see some more soldiers carved into the cement. I mean, this is really beautiful, like what they've done. Got like men from Kazakhstan leading the way, and I really love how they've got their appearances. Basically commemorate those Kazakhs who fought in World War II. And we have a couple of like local heroes who died in the war. I mean, this man right here, 1917, 1942, 27, 37, this guy's 25, 26, wow, see, oh my god, 19, oh my god, 19 years old. No, sorry, why did I say 19? Oh, no, sorry, he died in 1993. I shouldn't have said that. Forgive me. A couple of other local heroes. And oh, I see. I mean, this guy, he reminds me a lot about Ronnie Barker. He just basically has the look and the glasses. Yeah. Just notice on these buildings we have two more national heroes of Kazakhstan. I believe that lady was an Air Force pilot and that man over there was a soldier. It's really nice how they remember that way. Some poor child has left his toy car here. I wonder if his parents will come back and collect it. You might as well just leave it here. Or maybe another spoiled child will come by and take it. Such is life. Now I'm walking through the promenade and I can see a really tall marble statue in the distance, but I kind of think that might be the MiG fighter plane that's on display. I could be right, could be wrong, but it's walking past these trees. They remind me of like bushes I grew up in Australia. Like I used to have this tree on my mum and dad's property in Borkham Hills, and it grows these little, it's not really spiky ball things, but yeah. Like if you grew up in Australia, there were trees that used to drop spiky balls, and if you were stupid enough, you could easily step on them and twist your ankle. That happened to me quite a few times. But as my brother produced 3 children with his wife, my nephews used to go out to the park with me, pick up these spiky balls and throw them at each other. We were playing Angry Birds. It was so funny. And we all did get hurt once. We got a statue right here, which has been installed about 5 years ago. Must be a scientist, I guess, because they got like a ball between 3 pillars. So if you're from Kazakhstan, please let me know who this person was. I know that he's from Aktau. See, at least say it in local script is A-Q-T-A-Y. Aktau. Meow. How are you? You a good cat? You been fed today? You been fed? Oh, you gonna give me a smooch? See, I'm such a cat magnet. See, look at me. I'm attracted to cats. Oh, you cat. Meow. Meow. No. Have you had a feed? I hope somebody feeds these cats. Well, seems like we've got another memorial here. I believe, yes, this is for the Afghan War. Because during the Afghan War, soldiers from all over the Soviet Union were involved, even the ones closest to Afghanistan. So, got a couple of plaques to remember some men who died quite young, at like 20 or 21, you know. It was a really painfulish war for like, lasted 11 years. Like, what, 1979 to 1989, I believe? Yeah. The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan caused a huge boycott of the 1980 Olympics. And then, funny enough, when the 84 Olympics come around, Afghanistan even boycotted the Olympics because, well, they were on the side of the Soviet Union. So we got a monument to an MiG fighter plane of actual size, I believe. Very rusted from all this time. Could do with a paint job, I believe. Oh my god, but look, it even still has its missiles. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I was watching this movie about the Namibian War of Independence, and Sam Nwanga says to a Cuban military advisor, "If we don't hold now, the years of fighting will be a waste. Use your MiG-25s to bomb behind the lines." And the Cuban military advisor is a lady. She says, "Fidel Castro will not let you down, but you must choose your own battlefield. Do not let the South Africans fight on their ground." I was like, well, those MiG planes were, you know, transported all around the Cold War and into, you know, the Eastern Bloc countries and even like the Third World, just like the AK-47. My first sighting of the Caspian Sea in a couple of years. Over those oceans, that's Azerbaijan. Can't really see it in the distance because it's like a 3-day boat trip. Yes. I remember watching this race around the world from London to Singapore, and when the contestants were sailing from Baku to Kazakhstan, the ship had to like anchor down for 2 whole days to ride out a storm. So I'm quite lucky I'm not taking a boat over because, well, the borders of Azerbaijan are closed. You can only leave them, you can't enter through overland travel. The guide of Aktau on Wikipedia has said that this city is like the U2 song, The Streets with No Name. Because, literally, there's not many street signs. There's like areas numbered, you know, like 1 to 20. But then, it must be hard for somebody to like live in that building over there, and then there's no street name. I did notice that there was a street on the main road named after the first president of Kazakhstan. So that would be a good address to have, as people would easily remember it. But now we're gonna walk and try to find the Aktau lighthouse, which is up the coast. I'm coming up 1,000 days of sobriety this month, around the 20th, yes. So it's quite good that they do have non-alcoholic beers in this country. I mean, especially, this is Efes, this is Turkish. And I mean, you would assume, you know, Turkey being a Muslim country, that they would have 0% alcoholic beers. I think I remember last time I came to this area, I was drinking beers from Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. I haven't had it ever since I was like lost in the Turkish part of Cyprus. But I mean, if you're giving up alcohol completely, you can still drink 0.0% beers because it's got no alcohol in it. Okay, we've got another famous Kazakh here. Died in 1929, short life lived. Zav Vai Mbi Why Ba E Y A. See, I always get confused between the A and the Epsilon V's. And then also, like, literally there's I, because literally a backwards N is actually an I. But then also a backwards N with like a thing on the top that also makes a different sound. According to Google Maps, this is a monument to Shvenko. I think he might have been an author. I don't know, I have to look him up. Yeah. Look, I'm going to QR code to scan to learn about him. Please install the app on your device. Wow. We've got a music theatre over there, I believe, because you see that beautiful painting of a man with his 3-string instrument. And 3-string instruments are quite common in this part of Asia, called Central Asia. I remember many years ago in Kazakhstan, I was treated to a musical performance of a man playing his 3-string instruments, and his friend was playing the accordion. It was a beautiful performance. Yesterday, I uploaded like 5 different vlogs from like the last 2 weeks. I even finished off my Vloggers challenge, despite the fact that 2 of them were late, uploaded in September, but it doesn't really matter because they were filmed in August, so Vloggers was done. I've not been able to upload as often as I like. It's not because, you know, I'm traveling every few days. It's just the upload speeds in Uzbekistan were quite slow. I literally have to leave my computer on overnight just to get like one whole video done. But literally, you could just go on to YouTube and watch Stream Theater's Octavarium, which is a 20-minute long video, or should I say 24 minutes, and literally that would download be fine. But to just upload, you know, a 10-minute video or 20-minute video would just take all day. So I'm just glad that I've been able to do it here in Kazakhstan. It's a little bit more faster in uploading, but I wouldn't really say it's good as what it is back at home. But you know, you get by. It's kind of hard, like if you're a professional YouTuber and you know you're traveling every day. It's like, okay, I better go spend some time on my computer. I gotta get these vlogs done. I gotta get them uploaded. I gotta do this, do that. Oh no! Oh, why is it taking so long? Oh God! I gotta like leave for tomorrow morning. Yeah, we all know the reality. I mean, I've been doing this for years. Like, I didn't really want to be like filming a whole bunch of stuff right now and then upload a month later and say, hey, that's me in Central Asia many months ago. It's funny how yesterday I was walking these streets of Aktau, not knowing where to go, where I was going to stay the night, and where I would find a Wi-Fi spot. Then all of a sudden, I'm seeing the tall flag pole in the distance, and I'm like, why didn't I see that yesterday? I mean, if I had saw that flagpole yesterday, I would have thought, you know what, maybe if I go to that flagpole, there would be a good Wi-Fi connection nearby, I guess. But it took me to find a Burger King yesterday to get a Wi-Fi hotspot so I could connect, find a hostel, get there and pay for it.